I once had a pre-sales leader tell me that he wants to be the team that competitors fear going up against. If you want that too, this is what you need to do. Over the past 15 years, I have trained hundreds of solutions consultants, and I've been on both sides of the demo, as a sales rep and a solutions consultant, and as a buyer and a consultant. And what your team needs is the AAA storytelling framework, because if they can shift their demos from this to this, they're gonna be the only ones that your customers remember. Now, AAA stands for Audience, Annoyance, Afterward. And what this framework does is it simplifies the 3-page storytelling white paper or hero's journey into something that solutions consultants can actually use in their conversations with customers. Now, if you're a pre-sales leader, I highly recommend having your solutions consultants actually watch this video so they can apply it to their own deals and really understand how it's done. And we do have a worksheet that is linked in the description here, so that if you do want to run this in your weekly team meeting with your SEs, you can do that. So the first A in AAA stands for audience, and this is who you are demoing to. What's their role? Who do they report to? And we want to get super specific here, because an IT director at a 100-person company is very different from an IT director at a 10,000-person company. And their problems and their pains and their concerns are all going to be very, very different. So let's take an example. Let's say I was demoing Salesforce. I wouldn't say I'm demoing Salesforce to a sales manager. Instead, I would say that I'm demoing Salesforce to a sales manager that has 8 direct reports and is working at a company that does around 200 million in revenue with about 70, 80 sales reps. It's much more specific, and it's gonna help us do the AAA. Now, if you're showing this video in your weekly team meeting, take a second and pause the video. Choose one solution or one capability that you often demo, and choose one specific audience that you often demo to. Now, write that down in your audience column. Next, we're gonna focus on the annoyance that our audience has. Now, a great way to think about annoyances is to ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, who annoys this person? And number 2, what annoys this person? So for sales managers, who annoys them are probably their sales reps and their CRO and other sales leaders. And what annoys them is probably sales reps sandbagging deals, CROs constantly being on their back to be more predictable, and sales reps not updating their forecast and notes. Now, when you list out annoyances, it's really important not to go and try to reverse engineer the problems that your solution solves. So this is a big mistake that I see most folks making. They'll say something like, they needed a streamlined workflow. No, you want to forget about your solution and only say the things that you've actually heard prospects tell you. For example, maybe they're working in Excel, and one department is working in one Excel document, and then they find out that that document is outdated 3 days into the project. That is annoying, and it's way more real and compelling than just saying that you need a streamlined workflow. So take a minute and think about the audience you selected and start writing down all of the annoyances that they're facing. Lastly, there's the afterward. This is what our audience's life looks like after that annoyance is resolved. So for our Salesforce example, the afterward is that you have a predictable forecast, so your CRO is off your back. Take a minute and write down what your audience's life looks like after those annoyances are resolved. Now, if you get really good at this, your annoyance should be getting in the way of a high-level business outcome that the customer's trying to achieve. And then your afterward is going to help them achieve that high-level business outcome that they're looking to drive. So great, now we have our story. Now let's talk about how we can take the AAA framework and apply it into our demo. We're gonna take that portion of us showing a specific solution or capability, and we are going to put it right in between the annoyance and the afterward. And that ends up looking something like this. I'm gonna walk you through forecasting in Salesforce. Now, what I typically see when I'm talking to customers is they have forecast calls about once a week. It's usually on a Friday. So every Thursday night, they go into Salesforce, try to come down with a list of accounts that they can go and forecast and commit in the deal. But they're worried about it because the reps aren't going and updating their notes well. So Thursday nights are not a great time. Now, as you go into the system, you can do this, Click, 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 click. To summarize, I just walked you through how you can use Salesforce to do forecasting so that you can accurately give your CRO a number and keep them off your back. Now, besides the fact that my demo was amazing, click, 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 did you see the difference there? I went into the annoyance and talked about that feeling of Thursday nights for sales managers, as opposed to jumping right into product, 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 product. We have to remember that prospects are not waking up and thinking about our product. They're waking up and they're thinking about the annoyances they have and the ideal afterward that they would get to. So it is our job as sales professionals to position our product as the vehicle that gets them from that annoying situation to that beautiful afterwards that they're going for. If you do this, instead of your prospect walking away from your demo being overwhelmed trying to remember what buttons you clicked, they'll walk away thinking, okay, Salesforce or whatever solution I'm selling is going to help me keep my CRO off my back, or whatever their ideal afterwards is. And what competitor is going to want to follow up a demo that looks like that? So if you want your pre-sales team to be the team that your competitors fear going up against because you're so customer focused and not product focused, then do this exercise with your team. The workbook is linked in the description, and let us know how it goes.